Okay, so in this section, what we will do is start to create a very basic platform game. So again, what we will do is add our main character, and once this is done, add a few platforms underneath. So to do so, the first thing that we will do is to start to import our 2D assets. Just to remember that Unity provides a by default 2D asset you can use to create your game. So we'll import our package using the menu import package in 2D. And once this is done, basically it will trigger Unity to to actually display a window, and this window will again tell us about what we can import. So we click on import. Once this is done, it will create a standard assets folder, and within this folder we will have another folder called 2D that will include all the different 2D assets that we need. So as you can see, we click on the standard assets window and then on 2D. As you can see, you have a good few elements in that, including a folder called prefabs, and the folder called prefabs, we will use it to actually take the character that we'll be using for our game. So again, this is called character boy or character robot boy. Okay, so once this is done, you can actually take this asset. It's actually a prefab. We'll have a look at what prefab means later, but basically this is a kind of a template you can use or reuse later on if you want to. So you can take this prefab and drag and drop it onto the actual scene view. Again, the scene view is the one in the middle of the screen. And once this is done, it will add an object, and this object will be called character robot boy. So that's done. You can see that it's a very simple character. In fact, it's a succession of sprites that are animated. We might get into that later on. So again, we can change the position of this character. So again, 0, 2, and 0. Again, you can zoom in and zoom out using the mouse wheel. And again, you can move it if you want to using the move tool located in the top left window and top left of the window and symbolized by a cross. So once this is done, again, what we will do is start to create a platform. So again, we're going to use the facility provided by Unity, which is to create a new sprite, and this sprite will be a square. So we're going to rename it, and again, by clicking on that, we're just going to rename it platform. Okay, and once this is done, we can drag and drop this new sprite onto the scene. Okay, so again we have a new sprite here, and it will create a new object called platform, the same name as the sprite that we have created. So I'm going to scale it on the x-axis to kind of stretch it a little bit horizontally. And once this is done, basically you can see that the sprite is almost ready to be used as a platform. So again, we can move this object either by using the inspector or by using the move tool. So again, once this is done, we just need one more thing. We need to add a collider to this object. This is because as it is, it will not collide with the player. So again, we go to Physics 2D and Box Collider 2D. Okay, so again, it will add the ability for this platform to collide with our player. And you can see in the inspector that it has created a new component called Box Collider 2D. So at this stage we are pretty much okay to go. The player is ready, the platform is ready, so we should be able to play the scene and then to be able to basically move the character around. So the first thing we'll do just before that, I will just duplicated the platform there. So again, I selected the platform and press on Apple D or Control D if you're on a Windows machine. And once you do that, you basically have two different platforms. I might even need to move them closer later on. You can always change the color of your platform if you want to. So again, you can click on the color attribute of the sprite renderer for this particular platform and select the color of your choice. Once this is done, you can actually play the scene. Okay, so once this is done, you can see that I'm going to move the platform slightly to the left right now, but once this is done, you are able to actually move the character using the arrow keys on your keyboard, so left, right, and the space to be able to jump. Okay,